What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Podium. This is episode 15. Today, we're going to be doing a quick little podcast, just a short little overrated, underrated episode. Let's hop right into it. You know, kick it off for us, Austin.
Yes. Overrated or underrated? We cannot be in the middle. We can't say it's perfectly rated or be on the fence. We have to have a definitive, either overrated or underrated. We have a couple topics. I'm sure more will pop up as we go. But first one, um, the 93 kilogram battle at Powerlifting American Nationals. Is it overrated or underrated?
Open?
Um,
Yes, right?
Yeah. Open that's 93 kilogram
no.
battle.
Hey, my bad, bro.
Sorry.
Me off,
So
right?
we have Keiko, we have Petrie, We have Jordan McKinley. We have Demetrius. Um, Jamar, I believe, is doing it too.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I believe he is. But but yeah, is the battle overrated or underrated?
Uh, I'm going to say it is a little underrated because I feel like it's going to get overshadowed by the 83 battle.
Okay.
These both these classes are super deep, but I think the 83 class is just a little deeper. Has a I feel like there's just a little more hype behind it. You know, we got Bornstein coming up. We have Delaney, return of Nori. He's back in the scene now. Like I guess a significant part in the scene again.
hmm
So I think there's just a lot of excitement there that is going to kind of take away from the 93 battle a little bit.
Yeah. I I was gonna say it's overrated for the same reason.
Mm,
I was just gonna say
okay.
that because I think the 83 battle is gonna be so good and it's so deep that the 93 battle isn't gonna look as good. But I guess that would make it more underrated than overrated. So
Yeah.
I think it's being overrated now, but I think by the time nationals is done, it'll be underrated.
Yeah. That's what I think.
So I'm saying overrated because I can't be on the fence. So I'm saying overrated.
All right.
Noah,
I think it's I think it's overrated.
yeah,
Um, for the same reasons, but a different perspective. So I'm taking it contextually. The
Okay.
context is the 83 battle is the main focus. Has the biggest like you have the biggest hitters there that are gonna, break past whatever 83 threshold has been for a while, right? Like we saw at Sheffield, there's going to be more people breaking past that 860 barrier,
Hmm.
um, and I don't think we have as much in the 93. So, like based off context, I just think 83s are there's a lot more stuff going on there than the 93s. 93s are cool, but I just think it's overrated.
Interesting.
I agree. Um,
So we all have like the it's interesting. We all have like the same reasoning, but we came to different conclusions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
I
it's
guess
like
it's
the
just me,
Bible,
I
just like the
uh,
Bible. I guess. Yeah, it's all about
yeah.
interpretation.
I uh, I purposely left someone out. Gavin Aiden. Um, Overrated or underrated on Gavin Aiden himself? Is he overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
underrated,
You said underrated.
bro. All these flex glazers going, Keiko this, Keiko that. Dude, I think Keiko's gonna win.
Uh huh.
But I think Keiko's gonna win. But I'm sick of these Glazers saying Kevin Aiden can't total above 901. Bro,
Nobody's
he is
saying that.
capable. Bro,
Nobody's saying
bro,
that.
yes, bro. The flex people glazing Gavin too much. Or
Like,
not they're sorry, glazing Keiko too much, bro. Like
right,
they
right,
think
right.
like the other people aren't like capable of doing what Keiko is like. Bro, Gavin totaled 900 before Keiko did.
Okay.
Like, come on now.
Keiko better. I say overrated on Gavin. I say this in the group chat. So this is some group chat stuff coming out into the public, I guess. But I have no issue speaking on this. I just don't trust Bro's execution, man. I don't trust his attempt selection. I don't trust his execution. Like, yes, he has the strength. I think he's a stronger lifter than Keiko. But you can just depend on Keiko. You can rely on him to make his attempts a little more. So that's why I'm going with
That's
him.
my point, though.
Yeah.
That's my point because I think Keiko's gonna win because of what you just said. But I think he's
Yeah.
underrated because they don't think like his strength will ever show out. But there's gonna be, I think every day, every meet, he's gonna get a little better, and there's gonna be a day where he really puts everything together. I think that's why he's
Yeah.
underrated.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that. Well, I guess you could call that 901 his super meet, but I think he has another one in him. It's just can he string two of them back to back? You know, that's the question.
I think I see both sides. Like on one side, he is probably one of the most well-known 93s in the world, if not even the most well-known.
Yeah,
But
he's got the biggest name for sure.
yeah, but he's never won. So in that way, I could see how he's overrated. Because I mean, has
Has,
he ever even won
has
nationals?
no, he's never won nationals. Has he? I don't even think he's ever made podium at Worlds.
Hey,
Or
but
he
broke
may
that
have like just
900
once.
record.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Huh?
like, he has the potential, which is where I can see him being underrated. But I think I have to put him as overrated just because he's never won worlds. I don't think he's ever won nationals. Yet he's one of the most well known and hyped up 93s in the world. So I gotta say overrated, even though I think his potential is one of the highest in the class.
You
Yes,
guys will see on that.
he's got
I
the
hope so.
like out of like the top five, six ish 93s in the world. I think Gavin probably has the highest ceiling, but he also has the lowest floor.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think Gavin on a
So
perfect day is gonna win. It like if every 93 at nationals has a perfect day, I think Gavin wins.
yes,
But it's just like what's the percentage of him actually having a perfect day is a lot lower compared to the other people.
very
Yeah,
small.
It's minuscule. It's I can't even lie. It's minuscule.
but I mean, it
Yes,
could happen. But I gotta say overrated just based off how big his name is with no wins.
yeah. That 901 that was his
Yeah,
like perfect slash near perfect day. Um, just got to prove it to me again. It's because I mean there was no competition there. It's it's obviously it's easy, a little easier to put up a massive total when there's nobody there around you pushing you, to your absolute limit. So yeah, just got to show me that you can do it. When you have to see your biggest op right there in the warm up room face to face.
yeah,
So that's all I got
yeah.
on that.
Um, do well. I guess another one. Maybe this is more biased, but like overrated or underrated the 66 battle at nationals. Because right now, honestly, I'm saying overrated because
Uh-huh.
it doesn't look that deep right now. Like the 66 class has always, well, I shouldn't say always, but these last couple of years has been looked at as one of the most stacked classes. And just going
Hmm.
off the roster currently, it doesn't look very deep to me. There's me, there's Jonathan Garcia, there's Brian Lee, there's Morgan, and that looks like there's all that's even signed up for the Open. I mean, there's some other people, but
Yeah.
not really like in
Is is
contention.
is Dan not registered?
He's not signed up.
Mm,
Luke McCain
interesting.
isn't signed
Sneak
up.
attack.
We'll see. We'll see what what all unfolds in these coming weeks. Maybe they can
Yeah,
still sign up, but
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna I'm just gonna go against you a little bit. I'm gonna say slightly underrated, just because these last couple of years historically it has been one of the deepest classes, but this year there's just so many question marks, so we literally don't know. So yeah, there's you and John and Morgan. who are going to be like some very big factors. But then there's also question marks around it. So we know Brian Lee, he's won nationals, represented us at Worlds before. Um, so obviously he can be a contender, but I've heard some rumors about him having a back surgery. Hasn't been posting a lot, so that's kind of like just raising some questions as to how his prep is going. We literally don't know. It might be going terrible, or he might just be having the prep of his life and is
Yeah.
hiding it away. Dan, out of all the 66s in the U.S., by far probably has the highest ceiling right now, but hasn't registered for nationals yet. Um, heard some rumors about him dealing with some injuries, but again, it's just rumors. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we got a young junior, Luke McCain, possibly switching over to PA. We don't know. I know you talked to him a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, he said he was going
So there's
PA,
like,
but he's not signed up for anything yet.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's because there's still time for people to register for the meet.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a little too early to say. But yeah, there's just a lot of different directions this thing can swing.
I guess, like, in my opinion, though, is I feel like their prep can't be going like well. Like Daniel Clements, no one is surprised if he signs up. Like he's not like sneak attacking anybody. Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah,
And the longer you wait, the more expensive registration is. So why wait to pay more money if you can't like sneak on the competition and your prep is
yeah,
going amazing? Like why wait? So at
that's
this point, I
that's
feel
a
like if
fair
he
point.
was having a great prep, he would have already signed up. Um, Same with Luke, but I know like Luke has the option to do junior, so that I think it's different for him. But
Yeah,
Dan, like it's either nationals or nothing. So like I don't know. I feel like he's either got to be injured or prep just isn't going well, or he just doesn't care about his money. Maybe that's why I
yeah,
say
I
overrated.
think it's underrated.
yeah,
Only because I mean you named like what 4 people
Yeah,
that could win. I think that's a lot of depth,
they
honestly.
they
Like a
have
decent
potential to
amount.
win. Yes.
4 people that have potential to win because like, you don't know what's going to happen that day. Kind of like what Asante said, because we don't
Yeah,
know about a lot of people's training. So I think that's why it's underrated. Um, yeah, because I mean the 83s and the 93s are interesting because of like there's a like what maybe 4 to 6 guys that could win, and I think
mhm,
that's what makes it cool. And
yeah,
I guess that's why I'd say the 66 is underrated because you
yeah.
don't have
So
that for the
I mean,
74th, bro. Think about it, like the 74 Open.
yeah,
Who? No one. No one's beating Perk, bro.
yeah, there's like nobody. I don't think anyone's gonna watch that class.
that's true.
But
That's true.
like between I was gonna say kind of like playing off what Noah said, like between you, Austin, Morgan, and John Garcia. That's three guys that have potential to probably go like around 715 to 725 ish on a great day. And then you have Brian Lee, who's registered for the meet, right? And he's been a national champion before, dealt with some injuries now, and we have no idea how the prep is going. But he's a guy who he has potential to go like anywhere from like 650 to like 730 on any
Yeah,
given
that's
day.
what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got like 670 to 740. Like he could be anywhere.
Yeah, there's like such a wide range of like how things can go for a guy like Brian Lee.
Yeah,
So I think he's like probably the biggest wild card in this meet. So there's like three like for sure contenders, and then there's like one wild card in
yeah,
there.
yeah. That's true.
So yeah, I say just a little underrated, but I don't know.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
But that's all
Um,
I got to say.
yeah. Santa, you had a good one about equipment. Do you want to do that one?
Oh yeah, wrist wraps underrated or overrated?
Overrated. Completely overrated, bro. No one need like okay, I shouldn't say no one, but I think your body can get used to it really quickly. At first, it might be painful. You can ease your way into it. Austin might be an exception on this because he has to use them on one red. But you can definitely you and that's not a joke for the people listening. That is not a joke. He uses wrist wraps on a red.
Like not anymore. I
But
used
Jesus
to. I
Christ.
used to. I don't anymore. I
okay,
used to. Change my
see,
ways.
we've there you go. You've graduated from kindergarten. So wrist wraps, you can easily. I think everyone can easily adapt to not using them. On bench, squat, I don't care. I don't think you actually need them. Um, yeah, that's my take, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Noah. I think wrist wraps might be the most overrated piece of equipment. Like I used to use them like on bench because I just saw everyone using them, so I'm like, oh, these must help, right? And then like one day I just decided to take them off, just experiment, and it literally made no difference at all. And I'm just like, why am I wearing these? Actually, I feel like I'm able to get into a better like wrist position without them. So I just kind of ditched them on my bench press, and then I'm starting to like slowly ease my way out of them on squats. I do kind of rely on them on squats, but as Noah was saying, I think it's something that you can kind of adapt to with time. I just don't really think they're necessary for most lifters.
Yeah, I'd say overrated too. Um, I use them for bench still, and I think I will always use them for squat. I think I rely on them more for squat than I do bench.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but I would still say overrated, even though I don't see myself
Yeah.
ever stopping using them. I think for the like general population of powerlifters, I would say they overrate them. So
I also the like you have your exceptions. Like, bro, if you're doing French low bar, you probably need them or something. Or
yeah,
like if you're doing
Yeah,
like a Japanese grip bench, like bro, you crank your wrist so far, like I mean, maybe you could get used to that, but I don't know. I think those are the exceptions. But at
yeah,
that point, just don't do it, bro. Why are you doing French low bar?
yeah. I do think people rely on them too much. All equipment. Like my first, I think, three meets that I did, I didn't use wrist straps, knee sleeves. I didn't use anything until meet day. Like I only used equipment on meet day. The only thing I'd ever use
hmm
in training was a belt. For my first three meets, I didn't use any knee sleeves, any wrist straps, anything until meet day. So
uh-huh.
I think people do rely on them too much. Not that I was very strong at that point, but I still think for most people, it's just not as needed as they think.
Yeah, like with my squat, like kind of what you said. I don't think it's something I actually need. I think it's just something that I've come to rely on over time.
Yeah,
But as I ease my way out of them, it gets easier and easier each time.
yeah. Like when I started using wrist straps on squat, I didn't have any pain or anything. Like I didn't need them. They didn't help at all. I just saw other people wear them,
hmm
and so I started wearing them. Like, and now I do have to
Exactly.
wear
Yeah,
them. I think if I never would have started, I just wouldn't need them. So,
I agree.
yeah.
Is that all
Um,
we got on that one?
what
Yeah,
about
I don't really have anything else on that.
what about stiff knee sleeves? Overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
Also overrated.
Yeah, yeah, I got
Yeah,
overrated.
I
Well,
think knee sleeves in general are. I
yeah,
think they help to. I think they help to some point, like more on the mental side than anything.
Yeah.
But like, dude, there's people out there that squat 700 pounds sleeveless. Like, I don't know. I don't think you need them. It's more of like a mental aid. Like, all right, this is here. But I don't know.
Helps you feel a little more secure.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's more of a security thing, I guess, more than like a actual like boost in poundage on your squat.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the stiff sleeves, I think, are overrated because people do actually use them for extra boost on their squat. I've I've only done like under 10 sets of squat actually with stiff sleeves. So I don't know if I can
Hmm.
really say how much they help, but just in general, I feel like I mean, especially you look at the top lifters in the world are mostly SVD athletes, so they're not wearing stiff sleeves. Like the best lifters in the world usually aren't wearing stiff sleeves. So I
Yeah,
think that
that's
kind of
that's
just
what
shows
I'm
like
saying.
if it really hurt that much to not use stiff sleeves, then why are all these people staying with SVD and not using this equipment that would actually help them? Like if it makes that big of a difference, someone that's second place at Worlds, you would think would at least, leave for just Worlds so that they could get that extra boost and win. Like, I don't know. If you're already in first, then maybe, but if you're losing by just a little bit at Worlds, why not get that extra boost if it really helps that much? So,
Yeah, I mean, I use a stiff sleeve. I use the A7 rigor mortis. Um, but I almost want to. I'm almost like considering going back to SPD because they're just kind of a hassle to get on and to get off. And when you have them on for a while, they become like a little uncomfortable. So yeah, I kind of just want to go back to something that's just a little more practical in terms of like
Dude,
comfortability, I guess.
that's really interesting because I find the opposite. I think my eight, like I have size small 2017 SBDs,
Hmm.
like the navy and red ones, and I used them earlier this block, and my left foot was like going numb, and I liked the sleeve. I was like, these feel great, but my feet were going numb, like, and they're not overly tight. Like they're super easy to get on, super easy to get off. I don't know what about it, but like my stiff sleeves are way more comfortable to wear. They're super easy to get on, super easy to get off.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like that's interesting,
Well,
I guess.
let me take back something I said. The stiff sleeves for me, they actually are like pretty easy to get on, easier than like the softer sleeves actually. But getting them off is it's a fucking challenge.
Hmm.
Like once you
my
once you get to sweating, you're like your knee and your calf is all damp. You gotta fold it down and yank it off. Yeah, it's not fun taking them off.
Dude, that's the
I hate it.
problem. You're just doing it weird. Anyways, that's not part of the conversation, but when I see you in person, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
my
How do you take yours off, bro?
I fold the top part down and it
Mhm.
builds a really thick layer, and I'm able to just put my thumb in between my leg and it slides right off.
I can't do that. I've tried that
Instead
before. I
of
cannot do
pulling
it.
it, because if you pull it over, then it doubles over and then it's impossible to get off. But you just put the top part down where it makes it extra thick, so if you push, it's like an extra, like, I don't know, push. Like so it doesn't fold into itself. Because if you did that with SPD, you'd be cooked. Because SPD you could just fold it right over. They're so soft.
Hmm.
yeah, I just put my thumb down and slide them off.
Mm,
I can't do that. I gotta like really tug on it, bro. Pause.
dang.
My stiff sleeves were super easy to get off when I wore them because
Yeah,
they
double XL.
they even came off themselves while I was squatting. That's how easy they were to get off. Every,
Didn't you get like double XLs?
I think they were no, I think they were just larges, but it was the A7
Oh.
ones. Maybe it was extra large. I don't remember. It was too big of a size. That's all I know. And yeah, for like my limit was like 3 reps. After 3 reps, it just slowly slid down further and further.
What size do you
Jeez.
wear right now with SPDs?
I wear smalls for SPD.
Hmm.
I can wear extra small. Um, I don't know. Smalls are really easy to get on and off for me. Extra smalls, I
Hmm.
lose feeling in my feet. So the thing with SVDs though, like some are tighter than others. My blue SVD sleeves are really hard to get on. They feel like extra smalls. My orange ones that I have are so easy to get on and off. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
I've experienced that too. I have a pair of old all black ones from 2018. Dude, they're impossible to get on and they're size small. But
Yeah,
my other ones from a year prior, they're so easy.
yeah, yeah. I think I'm just gonna wear the orange ones in training, and then wear the blue ones meet day because they're the
Hmm.
same size, but the blue ones are way tighter. So I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah. Um, is that all for knee sleeves?
Yep.
I think so.
What about overrated or underrated new Sheffield location? Because I personally just feel like no one has been talking about it. Like the fact that there's going to be a new location for Sheffield. At least maybe
Well, yeah.
I just haven't seen it as much. But
Give me tapped in. I didn't know about this either.
yeah,
There's a
see,
new
so
location.
that's why I feel like it's underrated. So Sheffield, there's two Sheffields next year.
Yeah.
The first one in January or February, whenever it is in the same location right now, the Sheffield City Hall, and that holds I think like 2,000 people or something. And then the one in November is in a different location that I think Pete says holds like 14,000 people. Um, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's a much bigger and better location. And like just
Is
no
that
one's talking about it.
is that this year?
No, next year,
Yeah.
2026.
Are you sure it's not this year?
Yeah, there's not two Sheffields this year. There's two Sheffields next year.
Mm.
Okay.
Wait, so the new location is for the Sheffield that's going to be in January and
No, the new location is only the November one. The January one is
oh,
still
okay.
at the same location.
Yeah. Maybe
Brother,
that's
are you
why
sure that's not this year? Are
Well,
you
yeah, because
sure?
they're already promoting Sheffield 26, so
Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
they wouldn't promote Sheffield 26 if there was another one for 25.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I think on the podcast we said that it was this year, but
I'm
yeah, yeah. The Sheffield bio says returning January 31st, 2026 on the
Okay.
Sheffield Instagram page,
Hmm.
L
and it's sold out already.
L.
It's already sold out.
That's insane. So just because of the fact I didn't really know about this, I'm gonna say underrated.
Yeah,
Like Sheffield being hosted in like a, I mean, if it's seating 14,000 people, this has to be like a whole ass like arena, right?
yeah. I was trying to look for like big arenas in Sheffield,
Hmm.
just to see like what the possible places could be. And I thought I saw somewhere that it was going to hold 14,000. I don't know if it was Pete that said that or there was someone that was posting about 14,000. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. I was looking at a couple different places. They all look really cool. But
Yes. So like this, like the current like location. What does it hold? Like what 2,000, 3,000 people?
2,271 is what it says. So just over 2,000.
So so this supposedly okay. So this new arena that can host up to 14,000. That's like a seven times increase in capacity
Yeah.
potentially. That's insane. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I haven't been paying attention, but yeah,
I haven't
I
heard
have.
anything about that either. I just heard Austin
Yeah,
bring it up maybe like a couple weeks ago or a month ago or
yeah.
something like that,
Hmm.
but I haven't heard many people talk about it except that
Yeah.
one MPG guy. I did hear him talk about like, oh, if Sheffield was in the US, you'd have 10,000 people,
Yeah, I
which
did
I
see
do
that.
think
That's
is
fact.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was really referring to a new location, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because
I remember that video.
Pete did say that Sheffield is staying in Sheffield. So the new location is still in Sheffield. Like it's not moving
Uh,
cities.
it kind of has to, like the
Yeah.
name, like
Yeah.
they've confined that
Yeah.
name to where it can be at. Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah.
also SVD's headquarters is located in Sheffield. So I don't think they'd move it
Mhm.
away from that. But
Mm.
I mean, other meets could still rise and grow bigger, like Rising Tide or Raleigh or I don't know, there's a couple that could even
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this. I was reminded of it today. PA announced the like signature sanction meets or whatever, like feels like a year ago, and there's been nothing on those. I just completely forgot about them. But I don't know. So there could be bigger meets that pop up. I'm excited to see like the Rising Tide meet, how that does, and what it looks like. Um, I'm not saying it's going to be as big as Sheffield, but I don't know. It could be
Yeah,
maybe if like all three of us did it or something, then maybe it'd be as big. But
Dude,
maybe.
I I would love to see powerlifting to where it's like because we only right now we leveled up from two big like one big meet a year to two.
yeah,
We have Worlds and Sheffield,
yeah,
right? But you look
I
at
gotta. I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak.
all right, cool. But if you look at the should I just hold this until he gets back?
no, keep yapping.
All right, sweet. So, I would really like it to go to like a like if you know tennis or I think golf has like a similar thing, but we have
Hmm.
tennis has grand slams. We have the U.S. Open, the Australian Open, the French Open, and then there's Wimbledon, right? And they're always held in the same place, right? But they're all like they're seen at the same playing field generally, right? They're grand slams.
Hmm.
Some might argue, oh, Wimbledon's the most prestigious, whatever, whatever. But at the end of the day, they're all grand slams. If in powerlifting we had like four big meets a year, or three, or some arbitrary number, right? And we had like more of that, like let's say Raleigh becomes like that one big one that people from overseas comes over, does that meet every like the big guys all do Sheffield, Worlds, like that'd be really cool to see, and that would like really that grow the sport. I think it would take European lifters coming to the U.S.
Yeah,
because we already have U.S. lifters going over there. But I think to really make it grow, you have to have the other side come to the the West.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, golf is the same thing. There's four majors, and they're all viewed like equally. Or at least in like theory they are. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think powerlifting could do something like that. I mean, like even the Arnold, if they had the Arnold again as an international
Mm.
meet,
Yep.
um, that could be one. Obviously, there's Worlds. Um, now there's World Games, but that's only once every like what 4 years. So I don't know. I think there's potential. Like Raleigh, you said. Um, I don't know. I think powerlifting is just in a weird spot where we don't really know the format yet. Like we don't know what the format is supposed to be or what format is best. There's people like the like MPG that want this like league based format where you're competing every week for like 8 weeks in a row and then there's like a tournament. Or there's other people who like the old format of like you go to nationals, you go to worlds, and that's all you do. Like I don't know. I think there is almost like a medium in between that. I don't think to grow the sport we have to compete every week. But I do think there has to be more meets than just nationals and worlds every year because there's no variety. Like that's why honestly I loved the Pro Series in USAPL if it would have worked out, where there's say 6 different pro meets in a year, and you just pick which ones you do. Like you don't have to do all of them, but you pick just a couple different ones, get like a point system, and then go to like the championship. Um, but again, the problem with that is I don't know how that would work with the world schedule as well. So I don't know. It's hard. The format of the sport is just tricky. I don't think it's been figured out yet. It'd be kind of cool to get the MPG fitness guy or whatever on, talk to him what he thinks, just argue with him. But no,
He has some
he's cool.
interesting
But
takes.
but
Yeah, he has some
I,
like I
oh yeah,
agree with some of the things he says though. You
yeah,
know,
I agree with
yeah,
some of it.
like I saw
he's
Joe
got some really
Stanek.
good takes and some really bad takes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw Joe Stanek up in his comments. I'm like, bro, get out of here, bro. Like, I
The
can't say what I'm gonna say, but like,
the
I don't know, but
the
it's like he was arguing about it. I'm like, dude, like this is a totally valid take. Like, because it was talking about how if you had it in Texas, like you'd have way more people.
mm,
Like you would have a bigger capacity just because like the population and the like just how Texas is with powerlifting. And then Joe Stanek's like, you don't know how it is. Nah, 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 nah. Like,
yeah, I don't like. I think if that corrupted strength meet would have happened, that would have been insane. And I think that would have kind of sparked something because I think that kind of would have set new
Yeah.
standards for meets. So it's kind of unfortunate that that didn't happen. Um,
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. Powerlifting America
R.I.P.
just needs
Roughly
something
Classic.
like that. Like have Raleigh, have Rising Tide, obviously keep nationals, um, but just have other big, fun, money local meets. Like to me,
Some
those meets are almost more exciting to watch. Like just the local money meets because they're different. They're not all professional. They're like fun little meets that are just fun to watch. So I don't know.
something I would like to see at some point is like for the IPF or maybe NAPF, um, to do like international invitationals, if that makes sense. Um, so like I don't know, we can for example we could have like the New York Invitational, this big meet in New York, and SBD or whatever sends out like invites to big name lifters, and they come together and just lift at this exhibition meet, put on a show for the fans.
Yeah, I would. I would love to see like a Ryder Cup style meet, which like they do it in golf every 2 years. It's just America
Hmm.
versus Europe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like
Yeah.
classic. It's not like just a straight up golf match. They actually play like games in the golf match. I think that'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool. Maybe not that exactly, but like just an America versus Europe meet where maybe you say not necessarily have like the number one in each weight class, but have it be a weight class battle. But like three Americans versus three Europeans, and whoever wins, that's a point towards whatever country. I don't know. I just think that'd be cool. Some more
Yeah.
stuff like that. Little
That
yeah.
would be
little
I
for
cool.
fun meets.
yeah, I just want to see more like opportunities for like international showdowns to happen
Yeah.
outside of like Worlds and Sheffield and maybe Euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Because
there's like no opportunity for American lifters.
Yeah.
We have NAPF, which is kind of dead right now. Nobody really does that, and then Worlds, and that's really it. Whereas like in
yeah,
over in Europe, they have there's plenty of opportunity to like compete in the IPF. So I think we also need that as well.
Yeah.
I think that's also tougher because the United States is so big. When you have
Mhm.
NAPF, yeah, it's an international meet, but bro,
It's
you're competing
like
against
five
like
countries.
Yeah.
three countries like as an average probably.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, you have Mexico, Canada. They have the U.S. Virgin Islands, Trinidad, Tobago. I can't even
yep,
name the other countries that compete in it because I haven't seen them. But because I don't know if all those countries actually send lifters, right? But you have
Yeah. Probably
Euros,
not.
bro.
Probably
You know
not
how many
enough.
countries are in Europe? Like, bro, there's like 50 or something. It's like
Yeah.
in that conglomerate, like that's a big international meet, but the US doesn't have that opportunity to go against all those big internationals because we're just such a big country. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I've said my piece, but
yeah. How come these Europeans never want to come over here and compete?
that's kind
Yeah.
of what I was saying to Austin
Yeah.
before.
Oh, come do the travel. Come over here. Do it on the real stage. Shut up.
Bro, we
Come
travel
over
for a
here.
national meet,
Yeah.
a national level meet. We travel, dude, thousands
Y'all,
of
y'all,
miles.
y'all's, y'all's travel is like a fucking like 2 hour train ride. Like, shut
That's
up,
bro, it's
bro.
so real though. Like, bro, if you're in Hawaii and you want to go do a national level meet, bruh,
Yeah.
you get onto the West Coast, that's like 7 hours in
Yeah,
itself.
I, wa- I think I've said this before, but like Panna, he loves to talk about like the travel. Bro, your travel's like 3 hours. I would love to see him like come over to like U.S. nationals as a guest lifter and
Yeah.
see how
Oh
he
yeah.
does.
He'd be cooked. And
Yes,
you know
you would be
what?
you would
I'll
be
put
cooked,
this
Panna.
proposition for him. You live in like somewhere in the West Coast and nationals is in Atlanta. Tell me how that travel is. It's like it's probably more than what you do.
It's farther than Worlds. Yeah.
Yes,
Farther than they travel for Worlds.
100%.
Yeah. No, I
I
mean,
don't know.
Yeah.
we just need more meets. I think that's kind of the whole the outline, the
More
topic.
international meets in the states,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
or
what
not
I
even
mean.
in the,
More
not even in the
more
states,
big
just
meets.
like on the Western Hemisphere. We'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, because like
Yeah.
right now, what is there to watch for powerlifting? You got to wait for nationals. Then after that, we wait for worlds. Then we wait for Sheffield. We have the
Now we
Rising
have
Tide
World
meet. Who
Games.
knows how big that'll be? There's Raleigh. Raleigh, I loved watching, but we just need more meets like that. If there was one
Yeah.
like pro meet every, like how they used to have like the TBS primetime stuff like that. If we had one pro meet every like 2 months, it would keep powerlifting exciting. Like there's going to be at least one big name lifter that does these meets, so it'll still be something fun and exciting to watch. So I
Yeah,
don't know. We just need more big meets. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah,
But that'll happen as the sport continues to grow. We just gotta be patient.
yeah, yeah. Um, I got I got one more overrated, underrated. I don't know how many you guys have, but this will be
Well,
this.
I got a lot.
I have
Okay,
no
I
more.
got a lot of
okay, this will be my last one. Unless I think of more, but overrated or underrated um, teams in powerlifting.
defined teams.
Just like team based meets, not necessarily coaching teams or
Oh,
anything.
team
Just
based meets,
yeah, just like team based meets.
Hmm.
Like,
I
should we have
think
a
that's
structure that
underrated.
revolves around teams?
like kind of like the pro duel.
Yeah, kind of like meets like that. Yeah, team based meets.
Yeah.
Overrated as shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm not. I'm not. I
I
don't
say
know. I'm not
overrated.
into it at all.
I was hoping one of you guys would have a different answer, but I have overrated.
I think it's underrated.
Oh, do
I
you?
think it's
Okay.
underrated.
All right. Elaborate.
Yeah, because like okay, like I guess it's a really individual sport, but you can make it like as a team. Like just for an example, like tennis, at the end of the year, they do a thing where it's like the world versus Europe, and it's like so you'll have people playing doubles, have people playing singles, but yeah, you want to win that singles match, but no one cares if you win that singles match if it doesn't really help the team out. And obviously it would, but like it's called the Laver Cup, but they want to win that whole cup at the end of the day. Like
Mhm.
it's a whole team effort. And you can really tell it's not an individual thing. It's like, oh, how did Nick Kyrgios play against Rafa Nadal? Like no one cares about that. They're thinking, oh, Euro won versus the world. If we could have like set it up like that, like that would be cool. I just think it's underrated just because I don't think it's been done right. Because like we have worlds and you're competing with the USA, but no one really thinks about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, it's Russ versus bottle of water or like I don't know, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of UK stuff, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I
We
mean,
haven't had a good team meet yet.
How did the pro duel work? Can someone fill me in on that again?
It was two teams of maybe six lifters each, or five lifters each team, and I think it was
Hmm.
like the top three or four based off GL points are added together. So like the top three GL points from one team got added together, the top three GL points from the other team got added together, and then whatever team had the higher one.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess good concept, but I will say there was a kind of team meet, I guess you could call it, in Wisconsin. There was a meet. It wasn't sanctioned, I don't believe, but it was squat, bench, deadlift. One person did the squat, one person did the bench, one person did the deadlift, and I thought that was kind of cool. It went
Yeah,
by, I think,
that actually kind of is
it,
tough.
it went by dots because otherwise you'd have to find everyone in the same weight class. So it went by
Hmm.
dots, like your squat dots, bench dots, deadlift dots. But I thought that was cool. So
dude,
I don't know
that would be
how,
really cool.
yeah, I don't know how well you could replicate that at a high level, but I still thought it was really cool. So
I think something that could be interesting maybe is if like You know how at like USAPL Nationals they had like a there was like a team title that would go out
Oh yeah,
every year. It'd be nice if like PA adopted something like that. So like maybe if you were a coach and you had like one lifter registered under your team's name in each weight class, and then at the end of the meet they like added up like the cumulative total of all your guys or whatever,
hmm
and then you had like a banner or trophy for like top three teams
that's
for
true.
the biggest cumulative total at nationals. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
I
because
think Collegiate does something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
They're pretty, they're pretty
I'd
big
like
on
to see
team.
PA adopt something like that, or maybe even actually does Worlds has a team system, but I don't really know how it works.
like for the countries,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like your
it's
top.
not something that's like
Yeah,
pushed or promoted at all.
I think if you win, you get like 12 points or 15 points for your country,
Yeah,
and then you only take like your top 4 or 5 performing. So it doesn't go by all 8 weight classes. It's just by your top 4 or 5.
hmm
So
That's dumb.
like I think the most
yeah.
amount
Why
of
not
points you can
extend it
get
to
is
all eight?
60, I think.
So, who won junior? Do you know?
Um, America won men's. I think someone else won women's for junior.
Dang. And dude, no one talks about it.
No,
That's how
no.
much the IPF pushes it. So
Yeah.
Uh,
good job, IPF.
Hey, I could find right now.
yeah, you haven't got a team system and just do nothing with it at all.
Yeah.
L. What?
Unfortunate.
Like it,
Who's the guy? Who's the guy in charge of IPF? Gaston.
Yeah.
Gaston, yeah.
Yeah. All right, bro. Come on, man. Don't ban me though. I feel like he just does what. I mean, he could do whatever he wants. I guess
He's a dictator, bro.
he runs it, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, never mind.
fuck you, you're
I had it
banned.
backwards. For junior, actually Great Britain won the men. Spain got second, America got third. For women,
Damn.
Dude, what?
America got first, France got second, Great Britain got third for junior.
Dude, how
Okay.
did man Austin? Come on, man.
For sub
Get your
junior,
team in order, bro.
for sub junior, America won both.
Yeah, we
But
knew that one.
yeah,
No one
hey,
competes sub junior, bro.
I
You
What
got
about
Danny
open?
Harris.
I did my part. I got us the maximum amount of points I could have got. So I won.
Here.
Open,
Wait, for sub juniors, we had who? Danny Harris, Elliot Sykes, Jack Reynolds. That's three right there. That's pretty stacked.
yeah,
William
we had
Ball.
Ashton, but he kind of fumbled.
Yeah.
Bro,
Mm.
Ashton. I I don't know if he'll get mad at me for saying this. Well, he doesn't listen anyways. Ashton at Worlds, he so I guess he told me they wanted an American podium for best lifter for sub junior. So they wanted Elliot, Jack Reynolds, and Ashton for podium for best lifter. So
hmm
Ashton said he cut. I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like 4 kilos or something the day before,
To,
and he was
to
already at
pad the
weight.
dots, or
He
not
was
the
already
dots,
at
the
yeah, he was already at body weight, but he cut.
That weight?
Yeah, he was already under 105, but he cut down to like 101 or 102 or something, so he could have a higher
this,
GL. And he ended up just losing. He got second place at Worlds. He was also, I mean, he was
bro.
injured, but still, why are you cutting that much when you're already at weight and you're injured? Like, just get the win.
Dude, 4 kilos is good. Is it,
Yeah, it was.
he's the fiend, right? Like the.
He's what? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, Ashton, I love you. You're amazing, but that was crazy. That was wild. And now it's
He
public.
lives at
So
Ottawa?
he what?
Does he live at Ottawa?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. He was talking about
Sweet.
transferring to the college I go to actually, but
Oh,
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's happening. I also don't know if that's public either. I don't know if I should be saying any of this, but it's fine. Um,
Stevens
hold on,
Point.
I gotta find open, open nationals. I mean, no, not Open Nationals, Open Worlds. Um,
Mc- Mac
I want to
Ray
find like
Park.
the score. Is it? Um, yeah, I have no idea. I know they posted something over it. Um,
I mean, the fact that we just don't know, like, is crazy. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
we
There's
should
no like,
definitely be.
there's a winner, but like, do they get like a
Oh, here.
banner or a trophy or anything?
Yeah, I found it.
Dude,
So
what if you have like a
America won both men and women. Um, they completely won men, 60 points. Second place was Great Britain with 38. France in third with 35. For the women, America had 49, France had 48, and then Italy had 42. So it was close. But again, no one talks about it. So like
dude?
why?
What if you had like a Team Sheffield thing, right? Kind of like what I was describing with the Team World in
Yeah.
Europe. I think Austin you brought it up too with the golf kind of, but
Yeah, yeah.
dude, if you had a big money pot and you just took like the US, we're all on the team together, like you break and you just add up the percentage of that we broke the world record by against Team Europe. I mean, obviously they'd probably get some of the share, but the winner
Yeah.
gets majority. That'd be cool, I
That would
think.
be cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I
You
just
know
Um
think
what?
there's a lot.
You know what the IPF needs as well.
what?
I feel like I have said this. I said it in the group chat one time. I said it to Big Body specifically. Um, imagine if there was like every year we had like a MVP or like a what's it called, best lifter of the year,
Mhm.
Mm,
and they were awarded at a ceremony, a proper ceremony, and given like a trophy
It
for
would be cool.
yeah,
all of their efforts
men's and
throughout
women's, of
the
course.
throughout the season.
Yeah, yeah. Rookie of the year.
Dude, that'd be so
What?
like kind of like the Ballon d'Or celebration. Like you have the best, like they have the best 11, like they make their team like their dream team kind of, and then
Mhm.
they have
Mhm.
like individual like you could do like a offensive, or sorry, best squatter of the year,
Yeah,
best
yeah, I was
bencher, deadlift,
yeah.
and then you have the main. This is our total best lifter of the year with like votes. That's how
I
they
think
do it
that'd be
with
Yeah,
cool.
that. But
I think that'd be really cool.
like if I had to give like a an MVP to a lifter for like 2024, it would have to go to Gustav.
Yeah. For men's side,
Like
yeah.
he had, yeah, he had like a hell of a year in 2024, and I feel like the IPF should be doing something to acknowledge lifters that do something like that.
Yeah.
And like
I agree.
women's MVP would obviously be Agata.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know,
yeah,
something like that would be nice as well.
I
Just
think
some sort of like acknowledgement to these performances by the federation itself.
yeah, USAPL actually does that, but there's no one in USAPL anymore. But USAPL does that,
Yeah,
but is there
which
like
I
a
thought was cool.
ceremony? Like they have like like
No,
you
yeah, I don't
know,
think so. I don't think so. But
yeah.
it doesn't even have to be a ceremony or something. Just fucking send them their trophy
yeah,
Ah,
and
but
a
then
letter
no
or
one
something.
cares. That's what makes all the other stuff cool, dude. Like
get all the top
like
lifters
people care
together.
about the Ballon d'Or because there's
Yeah,
a big what is it, production for it. They put it on for people to make it actually interesting. And
yeah,
like you have like some OG goat come up and say the name, like they roll take it out of whatever.
yeah. I
Mm,
think the sport would
maybe.
have to grow
I mean,
before that happened, though.
I'm saying, actually, I feel like they could do something like that right now. It could just be a part of like the Sheffield banquet, maybe.
Yeah, dude.
True. Yeah.
That'd
Actually,
be
yeah. Yeah, that's
so
true.
cool. If you had Sheffield
Like,
at the end of the year, which they're going
yeah,
to.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that'd be really cool. That would
Yeah,
work.
and then at the banquet, there's a big ceremony, and then they crown the best lifter of the year.
Yeah,
Pete,
because
listen up, bro.
you couldn't do it separate right now because like no one's traveling all the way there unless they know they're actually winning something.
Yeah,
But
exactly,
if it was just at Sheffield, there's a lot of people there watching, and all the best lifters
exactly.
are there pretty much. So that would work.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
Pete,
many
listen up,
ideas.
please.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
let
don't know if
us
Pete
just let
has
us
any
onto your
say.
team.
I don't think Pete has any say, but
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that would be sick, though. I'd love to see that.
yeah.
All right. I got one.
Okay.
Music. Music. Overrated, underrated.
Like for training?
Like in the gym.
Yeah, I'd say the gym. I mean, like meet day, I don't think it matters because honestly, I don't hear anything meet day. I feel like it's just all like drowned out. You're too locked in. But
Yeah.
I guess training.
I'm gonna say overrated. I
So
mean, I actually don't listen. Like, I don't own a pair of headphones at all. I just listen to whatever's playing in the gym. Sometimes, like if I'm like going for a PR or a big top set, I'll go to like the what's it called, the little iPad in the gym and pick a song. But for the most part, I'm just listening to whatever's in the gym, and I don't really care. It's not a big deal.
yeah. I stopped listening to music in the gym a while ago, and I purposely was not listening to music. So I gotta say overrated. But I disagree with the meet day part. I think meet day it is more important because
Mm.
I don't know. Like,
I'm talking on the platform,
yeah,
not when you're warming up, but
I
like
know.
on the platform.
Yeah, on
Oh,
the
okay,
I don't
okay.
even
platform,
hear. I don't hear anything on the platform.
That's what I'm saying. I don't hear nothing.
yeah, but
I
that's
mean, I hear
because
the
there's at
commands.
least
And that's
background
it.
noise. Like at Worlds, it's dead silent. Like there is nothing. Like you will hear that there's nothing. Like you might not notice that there's music while you're competing, but you'll notice if there's not music.
Mm,
At
I
least
see what you
from
mean.
what I've experienced. Like at junior nationals, it was fine because there was a crowd that was like saying stuff. You could hear them talking. We were really close to the crowd, so even when they said something quiet, like you could still hear them, and there was
Mm,
music there. For open nationals, um, maybe this goes against my point, but there was music and it was a little louder while I was competing. But when I was watching the early session, I was standing as like in the way back, and you could hear the lifter every single breath. Like every breath they took, you could hear in the way back of the room, and it was
yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. It was just weird. Like it was dead set. And even at Worlds, like when I walked out for my first squat, it was a little loud. Third squat, it was a little loud. But like when I walked out for my first bench, silent. Like I think everyone could hear what I said to the spotter. Like it was dead silent in there. So like I don't know. That
That's
it was
terrible.
just it was kind of uncomfortable. So I don't know. I think it's more important meet day, but in general I still say overrated. Long answer. Short answer, it's overrated, yeah.
The music they were playing at Sheffield was kind of ass.
I
I
don't
didn't
even
even know they
remember it.
played music, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
When I was listening to like or watching like the clips that Gaby sent in, I was kind of disappointed by their music choices. I feel like at a meets,
Oh,
the playlist they use is just terrible.
I don't remember. Yeah, they probably had it blocked out for the live stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, I
that's
guess in
actually funny.
regards to music, all I would say is like if you're gonna have music, get like a get a group of like young people on the production team so they can select a solid playlist for you guys.
Honestly, what if they just had like every lifter pick a song or something?
Nah, I don't think that
Dude,
I don't think that would work at like a world's meet.
I don't know.
well, yeah.
I wouldn't want to see that at a world level meet. I think it's cool on a
Yeah,
local level, like everyone gets like
yeah,
their the
yeah,
third attempt song. I like that, but I think like national level or higher when it comes to music, they just gotta they just have to select a better playlist. That's all. I just feel like
yeah,
some of the music that they do choose is kind of ass,
yeah.
but
I don't really
that's all
care
I got.
what the music is. There just has to be something. I just don't want to hear myself breathe.
Yeah.
throughout the entire
Yeah,
run.
when I say that, I'm more so just talking like as a from the perspective of a spectator,
Oh
not
yeah,
as a
yeah,
listener.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
I think music's overrated. That's my take.
Yeah,
I don't really think I gotta
as
elaborate on
as
that, but
as a lifter, it's overrated.
Yeah,
yeah.
agreed.
But when you're a
People are
spectator, it
like,
matters.
"Oh, I need my anime music." Ugh,
I actually,
I
I
love anime, but like,
I
you
was
don't
I
need
was
it, bro.
I was at the gym the other day with someone who I go to school with, and well, I don't mean to just call everybody out on the podcast, but he went to the gym with me and he forgot his headphones, so he drove back to college to get his headphones and then drove back. And I'm not gonna lie,
That's
like it was he's a great guy. I love him. And I actually told him like, hey, if you want, because I didn't drink my pre-workout yet, and I was talking to the owner, so I told him like, hey, I'm probably not going to work out for another like 15, 20 minutes. So if you want to go and grab your headphones before we start, that's fine. Because I was showing him a couple things. So he was like,
Hmm.
okay, I'll go grab them. So like, it wasn't like he was like, oh, I can't work out without these. It was more so like he didn't have anything to do for the next 15, 20 minutes, so he might as well go get them. But I just, yeah, some people very much do rely on them.
that ain't
I know
worth
a few
it.
people that like cannot have a solid workout without their headphones.
Yeah, that's actually how I started. Like how I started my whole musicless thing was
Hmm.
my mine were like dead for a primary deadlift session, and I pulled a really good deadlift without music, so I just stopped listening to it. Plus, I wasn't hitting any PRs, so that was how
Hmm.
I could hit PRs. I just kept hitting musicless PRs, no music PRs. That's what I called them. Going to the gym like, oh, this is good. I'm gonna hit a no music PR today.
That's progress, bro. That's progress.
Yep, yep. See,
All wins.
I I do think people can take advantage if
yeah,
you can't turn the switch on and off, like you can definitely take advantage of music on a meet day, like in the back, like in the warm up
yeah,
room, bro. Like I think that's super beneficial. But I just training day, I just see too many people like worry about music instead of like
yeah,
what they're fueling their workout with, or like how much sleep they're getting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even
bro. I'm
pre
sorry
workout.
if you can't train if you can't have like a good training session without like your headphones, you're a pussy. I'm sorry.
I think,
That's a way to put it.
yeah, I
Huh?
think you have to be able to have a good workout session with nothing. Like, if you don't have your music, if you don't have pre workout, like, if you don't have any of that stuff, you still need to be able to have a good workout session. You can't rely on that stuff to have good sessions.
I train with no music. Well, no headphones. There's music in the gym.
Yeah.
Um, no headphones, no pre workout, just raw dog every session.
Sometimes I work out with no music on purpose when I lift at my home gym. I'll just have
Hmm.
nothing on, just lift in pure silence.
Sometimes it's cool to lift in
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah.
I like hearing the weights hit the ground.
Oh, like for deadlift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I think music is sometimes it's distracting. Like back downs, I take like if I'm listening to music for a top set, I take him off like my earbuds out for back downs most of the time because I don't know, like maybe it's a longer set and I'm just like I lose focus, but if I'm just like focusing completely on the set, I end up not like lose like I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but I feel like I my technique is better. I don't know. Like I get distracted. I hear it, I'm like, "Oh, this is fire."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. That's actually interesting because I do the complete opposite. Like I don't use music for top set, but then for my back downs, I'll use music.
dude, what?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been training in like a dead silent gym and like ripped ass while you were squatting?
No.
Oh.
Oh, just me.
Dude,
Oh, my
what?
fault. My fault. My fault. Just me.
What? Yeah. Yeah, just
Damn,
you.
bro. Wait. So you guys don't like fart sometimes when you're like squatting or deadlifting?
Dude, it's been years, honestly, since
Yeah.
I've farted during a set. Like
That
years.
happens to me like at least once a session.
That
But like
you got gut problems. Gut
I
problems, bro.
might,
Go
bro.
fix it.
I'm lactose intolerant, but I I drink a lot of a lot of milk and consume a lot of dairy anyway. I just choose to tolerate
All
it.
right, yeah.
You
So that's
choose to
probably why my
That's
tolerate
stomach.
it.
understood.
Yeah,
Choose
that's
to
why my
Is
tolerate
stomach
your
probably shuts
underwear
up.
brown after a squat session too?
Huh?
Is your underwear brown like after your squat session too?
I got a story about that actually. I guess.
Yo, what?
Um, no, like when there was like one day. This is back when I was training at 22nd Street Barbell. Um, I was having some gut issues. Had the bubble guts before the session. Um, so I went use the bathroom before I got started. Thought I got everything out. I did not get everything out. So, so I started deadlifting, and I get to like my second or third to last warm up, and as soon as I start pulling, I like actually shit myself.
Oh, that's foul, dude. Did you finish the session? Be honest, or did you go home and
No, I had to go home. I had to call the session, and I'm not gonna lie, I made up an excuse to coach. Told him it was something
hey,
else. I
you didn't
didn't
tell
do
Kurt?
that.
Wait, how long ago was this?
This was years ago.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It was yesterday.
it's yeah, that's
But
funny,
yeah, I
dude.
just I just I just went home, and I was too embarrassed to come back. I mean, nobody noticed it, but I was just like, bro, I really just shit myself, bro. That's crazy.
Dude, I'm proud to say that I haven't done that yet. Um, knock on wood, that I don't do that now that I'm talking about it, but I know someone, I'm not gonna call him out. I know someone that puts tissue in their underwear on meet days because they never know. They never know.
Oh man.
They're prepared for
That's
it.
crazy.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, bro, it's ever since that day, I've like accepted that as like a real possibility that could happen to me.
My I think my favorite moment ever in powerlifting, I was handling one of my friends at a meet. And he was warming up deadlift, and someone took his deadlifts, like his deadlift platform. So there were these two girls that were warming up on deadlift, and he was like, "Hey, I just have one last warm up. Can I just use this quick?" So we loaded his weight up, and he asked me it. He was like, "Hey, should I do one or two?" And I was like, just feel it out." So he pulled it, and he farted so loud on the first rep, right in front of these two girls that were watching him. And he set it down, and he took his belt off, and he just said, "Just one," and then he walked straight to the bathroom. It was so funny because there were these two girls that were just sitting there, and then when he's competed all three attempts. He farted all three. And
In
Bro,
front of the
what?
bro, in front of the hose is crazy.
yeah, like on the
He just lost
platform
lost
too.
all his aura, bro.
Like on the platform. And after the first two attempts, he was like, "It's making me weaker. I'm trying to suppress it. I just gotta let it out." So on his third flew, and he farted so loud, and all the judges were laughing at him. Oh, it was so funny. It was
Bro,
so
it flew
funny.
because that fart gave him a little boost,
Yeah, the
a
rocket
little propellant.
boosters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. I think that's my favorite powerlifting moment that I've had, like competing. It was so funny. He doesn't powerlift anymore, unfortunately,
Damn.
but it was so
I'd
funny.
quit too if I had that happen to me on the
Yeah.
platform.
Oh, it was so funny.
What do you, Austin? What are you doing if you're like at nationals and like opening squat, you shit yourself? Are you finishing the meet?
Oh yeah, I'm finishing a meet, of course. I'm not
Dude,
dropping out of nationals because of something like that. If I
But like, what do you,
like,
what do you, what do you do? You go out and like switch singlets and just maybe like free ball?
yeah, I don't even know.
Wait, are you
Ima-
allowed to free ball in a singlet?
No,
I don't know.
I mean,
Because
who's gonna
they have
check?
rules on underwear. Like what
Like,
kind of underwear?
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
you
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 can't be wearing
definitely.
like supportive underwear.
I feel like you have to wear something, but I don't. I mean, I don't think anyone's
I'm
checking.
gonna
Like,
I'm gonna free ball it next time. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
just
if
have
if
that
you're
tank out.
I mean, if you're free balling, you're like extra raw.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah,
can't say you're
I'm
cheating.
a I'm a raw dog my singlet.
That's
Yeah.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Hey. I mean, there's some wrestlers that don't wear underwear. I'm pretty sure.
I know. Like that's why I'm asking. Like, I knew
Just
like a few guys on my old wrestling team that did not wear underwear under their singlet.
yeah.
I have no idea if it's allowed or not.
Just freaky ass
You,
dudes, bro.
Yeah.
you just get put in a weird position, a nut comes out of the leg or something like that'd be
My
crazy,
God,
bro. Not like never mind, bro. I meant like a testicle.
just getting pinned. You feel just a testicle rolling across your cheek. Man,
That's
all right, bro.
funny.
How did we get off on this tangent, bro?
what, what, what were you even saying? Overrated or underrated too? How did we get here?
What music on the
Oh,
platform?
music.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Asante's like, oh yeah, you ever squat dead quiet in a gym and you
Oh
just fart?
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
and then it turned into cock and balls.
It did. It did.
Crazy. Yep.
All right, Noah, you got any
I'm
more?
sorry, guys.
Uh, yeah. Let me regroup. All right. Overrated, underrated, combo rack. Let's say, let's say your bench that you can roll in is like comp standard height. The pad's decent. Not like a TSS brand new pad, but like I'm just saying, rack like a normal power rack versus combo rack. Overrated, underrated. Because I got my opinions on this one heavy. So
Mm, Combo rack. It depends. It depends because like when I'm squatting at like a squatting or benching in a commercial gym or whatever, um, it literally just depends on what type of rack they have. Because like there's some gyms that have like shitty racks and like the J hooks get in the way and I hate it. And then other places where like I can squat just fine or bench just fine. So it really depends. So I'll
Yeah.
say slightly slightly overrated.
Yeah. I I don't think a combo rack is needed, but I think a good rack is needed. Like if you have a
Yeah,
power rack where you have a good bench and like you can put the J hooks, like they have a good amount of spots where it's not like here and then the next one down is like here. Like and then also if the J hooks are good, because like at my college gym, the bar sits like right here, but then to get over the J hook is like all the way up here.
mm,
So to
yeah,
unrack it, you either have to have it at the right height and then you can't get it out, or you have to have it and do like a half rep just to clear it. So
mm,
I'd say just a combo rack overrated, but I think you gotta have a good power rack if you're not using a combo rack. But I mean,
yeah,
there are some really
absolutely.
bad combo racks too that you have the same issue with. So I'd say
that's true.
overrated. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you guys have used the Titan combo rack. They're
I have
awful.
that shit's ass. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's at that point a rack's better, but I think they're heavily. I think combo racks are overrated. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit.
it's like you can. I think you could still be an elite lifter if you have a combo rack or a cage. I think even a basic rogue cage, you're gonna figure out how to deal with the J hooks, or you can just buy some J hooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm
Like
being
I,
honest, I think I would rather have like a good power rack over like the average combo rack.
Yeah.
mm,
I think so.
Is that
I
ridiculous to
probably
say?
No.
Just because like the J hooks is like the biggest factor for me. So if they're like all right and I have like no issue getting out of them, no problem. And then I also think like a power rack is just like safer overall than
Yeah.
a combo rack.
I agree.
So if you could find like a power rack with good J hooks, it's honestly I think better than a combo
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because of the safety factor.
Yeah. I think you also have to make sure the bench Like when you wheel the bench in, it's perfectly straight. Because if you don't have the combo rack to set it into, it might not. It's not going to just be perfectly aligned by itself.
Yeah, but that's something you can figure out just
Yeah,
by
yeah,
with time and figuring it out. But
yeah,
like if you're building a like a home gym, it might just be better to just invest in a nice power rack. You don't need the expensive Eleco to have
yeah,
good training.
yeah.
This I also kind of have an add-on to this one is kilos or pound plates over or kilos under or overrated. Because you always have that one kid that benches maybe a red and a green. That's like, dude, I need my kilo plates. These are pounds, they're not calibrated. Like you bench 220, bro, or 198. It's not a big deal.
Um,
I've never really ran into that. Like the gyms that I lift
Really?
at, yeah, the gyms that I lift at
Wow.
that have kilograms, there are not like many power lifters at all. So I'm like one of the only people that actually use the kilos. So I've never ran into that. Um, I I don't know. I would say I don't want to say underrated because I think a lot of people think they really need kilogram plates. But I guess I don't know if it's overrated either, just because I think training on kilos is fairly important, especially when you get to a heavier weight. Like it does make a difference.
yeah,
Even
I think it literally just depends on like the types of weights you're handling.
yeah,
But let's look at Ashton Rushko. I think most of his prep to Sheffield, he was lifting on pound plates.
Yeah, but we're not Ash, bro.
yeah, he's also an
No, I'm just
outlier.
saying
Like he's got
we're saying
700
we're
sleeveless
saying
We're
too.
not Ash.
He gets 3 hours
because
of
he's saying
sleep.
it's almost too easy. He he trained on the pound plates instead of those TSS plates because he said it was almost like it's too easy. It's not the same as like the Eleco plates that they would have used because I think the TSS are thinner.
Mm.
So I think
Mhm.
in that case, like that's the reason why he didn't use them. But yeah,
I feel like lifting on pound plates is like almost harder sometimes because like you don't know how much they actually weigh.
yeah, and I think the whip throws people off. Even
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a 5 plate squat with um a 5 plate squat with pounds is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like it's difficult. It throws you around. I'm like, dang, how does Bob do this with like
yeah,
675, like
yeah,
700?
yeah. I think like when you're at like a certain point, like with weight on the bar, I think kilos are actually easier just because it's like more stable, if that makes sense, less whip.
yeah.
So I mean, I
What's
guess
the
if you
final
want,
verdict?
huh?
What's the final verdict for you then?
So like kilo plates underrated or overrated?
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna say slightly underrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm on underrated too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm
I
gonna
was
take
gonna
this
say
over.
overrated, but like the more I think about it, I gotta say it's actually underrated. Yeah.
If if I change my perspective and view at it, I can see where I'd lean overrated and underrated. I could definitely flip my view, but since we can't take a middle ground,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say a little bit overrated just because of the way I'm thinking about it now. But if I change my thought process even a little bit, I could be like, yeah, but in this instance,
yeah,
they're underrated.
Yeah, like kilo plates aren't necessary. You know what I mean? Like you can still have like a great prep and have good training and like never touch a kilo plate, right? But like they are nice to have just for specificity reasons. And I think like I said before, like in some instances they're literally like easier because of
Yeah,
I
the
think
stability.
I think kilo plates are more necessary than a combo rack for sure. Like you
I
can
agree.
copy a combo rack's conditions with a power rack,
Yeah.
but pound plates are just gonna feel different than kilos. Like they're just not the same.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Yeah, I would definitely buy kilos if I were to make a home gym before a combo.
Yeah.
Combo would be the very last thing I buy.
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
it's
But
literally like the least important piece of equipment. I think the
Yeah.
most important piece is actually the bar.
I agree. Yep. Man,
I've had
I think
arguments
working
with
in a
like
people
CrossFit
about this
gym,
too, actually. Yeah.
if we had to go, if there was like a priority list, I think bar is like top priority,
Yeah.
then plates, then rack.
Yeah.
yep.
I agree.
That's a good tier right there. And then carpet, very last.
Yeah,
Actually,
literally. Yeah,
I might get carpet before a combo rack. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think I'd rather.
Low key.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
What about like bench quality itself, like the bench pad? Where do you put that compared to the rest?
I don't think
bench
it's.
quality is actually very important.
I'd
I
put that
think
over
it
combo
just
rack
needs to be
for
the
sure.
correct height and width, and I'm chilling. It can be slick. I'm fine with that. I can deal with that.
I mean, yeah, you can just put like some cabinet cloth down, and that'll like fix the issue completely. So I think maybe that's like another like pretty low priority thing.
I still have
Yeah.
it above combo rack though. I think a
Yeah,
good bench is
I
better
Oh
than it.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I agree. Yeah,
Like, if you get a
yeah.
nice
Combo
like
rack is
reps
literally
pad,
at the bottom, no matter what.
Yeah. I think bar is best
yeah,
though. I've had arguments with
yeah.
people over this. Like you can have good training as long as you have a good power bar, no matter what plates you have. But if you have a horrible power bar, it doesn't matter if you have kilos. Like it's not helping.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Man, I my very first meet, I had my prep on a Texas power bar, and I didn't realize how much whippy it was compared to an Ohio power bar. And I
Mhm.
always pick the Texas because I'm like, oh, dude, it's it like because sometimes I clip the bench. I'm like, oh, this sleeve is so long, it's so nice. I never hit it, so I always use a Texas. And then I go meet, and like the closer I get to meet day, and I'm like looking into, it, I'm like, oh my gosh, they use a bar with the sleeve length
Yeah.
this big. And I'm like, I'm cooked, dude. My deadlift is cooked because I thought like that extra like sleeve length was actually like boosting my deadlift,
Oh,
but it probably does like if I was lifting
I
heavier,
mean, it
but
does to an
yeah.
extent. Yeah.
yeah, but it didn't affect me. Um, but yeah, I that was an interesting moment. I learned what an Ohio power bar was.
I think that's another reason why I think kilos are good too. Like on deadlift, if you're using pound plates and you're pulling a lot of weight, there's going to be a lot more bar whip than if you were to use kilos. So if you're constantly training on pound plates in training and you're pulling a lot of weight, that bottom maybe like inch of the deadlift, you're not even training compared to
Mm.
kilos.
I agree.
But that whip is hard to control too. I think I don't know about
Sometimes,
I don't know about
sometimes it throws
conventional
me
lift.
off at the lockout.
The
Yeah, I
whip,
was about to say I think it affects
yeah,
sumo lifters more than conventional
Hmm.
yeah,
because anything can throw you off balance. Like the wider you are in sumo, the more meticulous you need to be. I think that's
yeah.
just like a general statement. Like a small thing, like you're either failing four reds or you're pulling 650 if you're a good puller. But
I mean, even grip width, like the narrower your grip
yeah,
is, the closer like or the further away the weights are from where you're pulling. And
that's true.
sumo is generally a closer grip than a conventional grip would be. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Well, you at least have the opportunity to do it
yeah, true,
because
yeah,
some people they do pull wider, but I definitely take advantage of that,
yeah,
and my hands don't get torn up.
yeah. I mean, the closer you grip on a sumo, the more width there's going to be, and the
Yeah,
less range of
but
motion you're going to have, just because of like
I
physics.
pull
But
with just one pinky on the knurling, but the rest of my hand is on the smooth.
oh, okay. Dang, I didn't know we were that similar with grip because I'm
Yeah,
completely on smooth, but
I don't know.
we're
Yeah, I don't
one
know if I
finger.
could go completely on the smooth. I mean, I could probably pull it off still.
didn't you
I used to do it when I used to do that when I was like pulling like sub 400, but I don't know if I could go all the way on the smooth with my deadlift now.
didn't you try to like convince coach one time to let you pull completely on the smooth, and he said at least have one finger on, or was that you, Noah? I feel like
It's
someone,
probably me.
yeah,
That
I feel
was
like
me. That was
someone.
me. Yeah,
Oh, was it? Okay,
that was
I
me.
think I've
I
talked
thought
to
it
you
was
about that
Asante.
too.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you both did. But I feel like I
I think
remember. the exact conversation with Asante saying like, "Can I just hook grip the smooth?" And coach was like, "At least have one finger on the knurling."
Mm.
Yeah, it was like when I was like just working with him, like just starting to
Yeah.
work with him. I was I think I was pulling like 420, and I was being a jackass trying to show off, and I tried to pull it without any chalk, and that shit like flew right out of my hands. And this is when I was still like gripping all the way on the smooth.
Dude, you know what? Chalk is more important than combo rack. Dude, it's all coming to
Yeah.
me, man. Like
Oh
now
yeah,
that we're having this
absolutely.
conversation, I'm realizing how useless a combo rack is compared to all the other stuff that I would have before that.
I actually this new
Yeah.
gym that I've been lifting at, they have like a really really nice setup in the main gym area, and the combo rack
Hmm.
area is really bad. And I would actually love to use the power racks instead, except the power racks are facing directly into like a gigantic mirror, and I don't want
Oh
to.
yeah,
Oh,
that sucks.
Yeah, I'm not looking in a mirror while I'm like squatting.
dude,
That'll mess me up.
just bring a blackout curtain and put it over. They're just looking at black, dude.
That's doing
I
too much, bro. Just walk out of it backwards
yeah, I'll just
or
stick
turn
with the
around.
combo racks. I'll be fine. I'll just use the combo rack.
Yeah, or just use the combo racks if they're available
Yeah,
too.
I'll be fine.
Are you retiring
That's too
from
much effort.
Frank's gym?
No, I lifted at Frank's Saturday or yeah, yesterday
Okay.
because I still work there. But this new gym I've been going to is like 10 minutes away from where I go to school, and Frank's is like a half hour away from where I go to school. So it's just way
Damn.
more convenient.
W.
So yeah, I'm not announcing my retirement from Frank's, but I'm lifting at this other
Mm.
place more often. Yeah,
Nice.
Sweet.
love them both. All right, do we have any more?
I mean, I could think of this forever, but I think we good, bro. We got.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have anything left. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Podium. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Thanks, guys.